Okay, so we're here now to find Mylene's 1 rep max for the bench press. Again, here we are going to be describing the proper setup for the bench press or the chest press. We're going to be describing the proper execution of the bench press for a 1 rep max. I'll discuss my job as a spotter while she's trying to execute her 1 rep max. Common flaws that you'll see in executing the bench press. And we'll go ahead and we'll jump right in. Okay, so proper setup for the bench press. We're going to go ahead and have Mylene lay flat on the bench here, and we're going to make sure that her hands, when gripping the bench press, are approximately shoulder width apart. Very good. And it's important for her to remember that she has to keep her back flat on the bench at all times to protect her posterior chain. She's going to want her legs or her knees bent at about 90 degrees with her feet firmly planted on the ground. This will help maintain that neutral position of her spine. After she's got her back in the proper position, her hands in the proper position, she's ready to lift the weight off of the rack. Now, we are in a power rack because this is an overhead or over the face movement. So for safety, we have these bars here in case of a failed rep and me failing as a spotter. So from here, Mylene is going to bring the weight over her face directly over her chest, and she'll take this on a direct line, flexing at her elbows downwards, and then using her chest and her triceps to extend. And you can go ahead and bring it back. For a positive rep or a good rep for her 1 rep max, she has to bring it down, touch it to her chest and not bounce it off, touch it to her chest, and then execute the extension part of the movement all the way back up. And that will count as a successful 1 rep max. My role as a spotter is first and foremost always to protect her safety. So I'm going to have to make sure that I am as strong or stronger than my client so that I can help assist the weight when needed. Since this is an overhead movement with the barbell, I'm going to use the hand over and under method and a tight grip on the bar, or a narrow grip on the bar inside of her hands if I need to grab it or assist in her lift off. So now that we have discussed the proper execution and roles of a spotter, common flaws that you might see in the bench press, as I discussed earlier, bouncing the bar off the chest is a common flaw. Not going down far enough is a common flaw that you might see, and it doesn't count as a rep. Also, not extending far enough, like having too much flex in the elbows at the top, is another common flaw. And then one common flaw that's dangerous for the shoulders is having your elbows too far apart as you're taking it down. You want to keep your elbows and your arms in a neutral position, almost at a 45-degree angle, to protect your shoulders, but this will also put you in a more stable position and a stronger position to bench press. Now, with those things in mind, we can go ahead and start Mylene on her warm-up and set progression to performing her 1 rep max. So we have here a 20-pound bar, which is, we're going to estimate that at about 40% of her 1 rep max. So she will go ahead and perform 3 to 5 repetitions for her first warm-up set progression. So go ahead again, making sure that your back is firmly on the bench. Your hands are shoulder width apart. I'm going to assist you on the lift off, even though this might be a moderate weight for you. So ready, 1, 2, 3. There you go, directly over your chest. You can begin your reps. 1, 2, let's take that all the way down to your chest. Very good, that's a full rep. 3, 4, 5, very good. Let's track that back. As a spotter, it's also my job to assist in racking the weight as well. All right, so Mylene has rested 1 minute after her first warm-up set. We've increased the weight on the bar to be approximately 60% of her estimated 1 rep max. Another warm-up set and set progression towards her 1 rep max attempt. So she's gonna go ahead again with her back flat against the bench, her arms about shoulder width apart. I'm going to assist her with the lift off. Get it to where it's directly above her chest. And when you're ready, there you go. Proper depth. And proper extension. There you go, 5 reps. Okay, she's gonna rest for another minute and we'll do her 3rd set progression and warm up towards her 1 rep max. Okay, so for her 3rd and final warm up set before attempting her 1 rep max, we've increased the weight a little bit to be approximately 80% of a 1 rep max. She's gonna perform this in between 3 to 5 repetitions. With this being a heavier weight and progressing towards a 1 rep max, she'll probably keep this at around 3 repetitions. All right, back flat against the bench. All right, up. All right, take her down. Very nice. Okay, Mylene's gonna rest in between 3 to 5 minutes before attempting her first 1 rep max attempt. Okay, so she's progressed through her warm-up sets and set progression from 40% of her 1 rep max, or estimated 1 rep max, to 80, and now she's ready to perform her first 1 rep max attempt. Okay, so you got your back flat on the bench, arms about shoulder width apart. I'm going to help you or assist you with the let off here. So on 3, I'm going to go ahead and help you lift off. 1, 2, 3. All right, when you're ready. Okay. So that was a failed rep attempt just because Mylene didn't execute the amount of depth she was supposed to go down. So we're gonna rest 3 to 5 minutes and she'll try this weight 1 more time. Okay, Mylene has rested in between 3 to 5 minutes. She's ready for her 2nd attempt at the same weight. So this time we're gonna try and get the appropriate amount of depth. So again, wait, or have your back flat on the bench, shoulder width apart with your hands, maybe go a little bit, yeah, that's perfect. And then I'm gonna assist you again with the let off, okay? And then I'll help guide you down. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Okay, when you're ready. Yep, up, up. That'll help you back. Very good. Okay, so her 2nd attempt was positive. She got a clean 1 rep max at 45 pounds.